Dreamt of becoming a millionaire? Abdul Lawani introduces the concept of the Millionaire Savings Plan, a strategic approach to accumulating wealth. It's inspired by the Penny Double Challenge, but with a twist. The plan involves doubling your money 11 times to reach over $1 million. The Millionaire Savings Plan mirrors the Penny Double Challenge, but takes fewer steps. It begins with saving $1,000 and then doubling the amount 11 times. Each step marks a milestone with increasing savings goals. Interestingly, this plan was developed in 2018 by Lawani, who aimed to simplify existing savings strategies like Dave Ramsey's baby steps or Robert Kiyosaki's savings advice. The objective was to break the cycle of limited savings in the USA, providing achievable steps even for those with modest incomes. A critical component of the plan is the simultaneous paying off of debts while pursuing millionaire savings plan goals. Lawani suggests strategies like the debt snowball method and balancing expenses with savings to maintain financial stability. An essential part of the plan is the significance of rewards. Lawani stresses the value of rewarding oneself after achieving each millionaire savings plan step. This provides motivation and a sense of accomplishment. The rewards should align with personal needs and goals. Encouraging prudent spending, Lawani outlines the significance, difficulty, and probability of reaching each millionaire savings plan step. While the early steps are attainable for most, the later steps require increased dedication, additional income sources, and strategic investment. Lawani acknowledges the mental, emotional, and financial challenges inherent in pursuing the Millionaire Savings Plan. He highlights the increasing difficulty beyond Step 5, requiring resilience, discipline, and alternative income streams. In conclusion, Lawani's 11-step Millionaire Savings Plan provides a structured approach to wealth accumulation. It emphasizes incremental progress and prudent financial management. While challenging, the plan serves as a roadmap for individuals seeking to improve their financial futures. So, if you've ever dreamt of becoming a millionaire, this could be your ticket to making that dream a reality. Purchase the Millionaire Savings Plan at Amazon.com. What's going on? What's going on this morning? We're going to be talking about not knowing your worth. Okay, one of the first videos I've ever did on this channel 7 years ago, actually 8 years ago now, was knowing your worth. You know, I was going through certain situations like this brother here, Christian Woods, is going through right now. I don't really watch a lot of NBA. I do watch more when it comes into the playoffs. The reason why I don't watch a lot of NBA is because I don't watch a lot of anything. I primarily watch a lot of YouTube and stuff like that. But I normally watch a lot of NBA games, Bulls games. I go to games and stuff like that. But I've been so busy with this house and other things, I have not been watching that much of the different teams in the NBA. So, of course, I've seen this guy play as far as, well, I have not seen him play. I've seen him as far as in highlight reels and stuff like that.
but I don't know that much about him. Okay, so from what I've seen, from glancing at different videos about him, he plays for the Lakers right now, but he played for the Houston Rockets as well as the Utah Jazz. So he's pretty much a good, solid, small forward, I believe. Can play power forward or small forward pretty good. And as far as from what I see, as far as his origin, as far as his personal life, as far as where I can see, okay, what led this brother to basically get involved with these chicks like that he's getting involved with, that is not worshiping the ground he walks on. And I repeat, not worshiping the ground he walks on. Reason why I say that, let's keep it real. Let's not beat around the bush. We all know how difficult it is being a black man in America, being targeted, being called bullet bags and all of this other stuff, dealing with disproportionate rates of basically being incarcerated, having to deal with other black men and homicide rates, dealing with the first one to get fired, the last one to get hired, all of that type of stuff. It's very difficult, okay, to basically overcome a lot of things in America being a black man. I'm gonna tell you a tripped out thing. Like it's for every person that comes over to the United States, like for example, let's just talk about Africans, right? Some of them go back to Africa because when they find out how hard it is to make it in this country as far as dealing with the racism, dealing with you know just a lot of people just not liking you, and a lot of them kind of get overweight because they're eating different types of food and stuff like that. It's a lot to deal with in this country, and it takes a certain level of understanding to deal with this country. And being black in America is definitely a challenge. Being a black man is the most challenging, I would say. And most people will be honest with you and they'll say, okay, what type of video game do you want to play? What level do you want to play? Do you want to play the hardest, which is most honest white guys will say, yeah, you guys got it the hardest. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's YouTube videos, TikTok videos of white men getting off of quote unquote code and telling it like it is and saying, okay, yeah, I know you guys got it rough, man. I'm surprised you didn't do X, Y, and Z. So we all know that. And we know black women know that as well. But taking everything out of the consideration and putting everything outside of the monolith of being black in America, we all have different types of upbringings, cultural values, and stuff like that. But the thing is this: as far as what I can see about Christian Woods, is that looks like he pretty much came from a single mother, which is pretty typical from what a lot of NBA players, like basically Kevin Durant, um, a lot of different NBA players. There's too many to mention. A lot of what you find with a lot of these men that are raised by single mothers is they don't have a lot of understanding about how to maintain a woman, how to find a valuable woman and maintain her, as well as they also don't like men for obvious reasons. I'm not talking about no homo stuff. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in a sense of they don't like men because they've been around their mother and their mother really doesn't like men. like that, like in a sense where she can't get along with men. Obviously, that's why a lot of times the man is not in the house. She couldn't deal with that man's programming. A lot of times these women have the ego is so big. I was talking to a chick last night. Her ego is so humongous that she literally thinks that she can have the entire world. You know, she can have things that basically, she just basically has a delusion as far as what she thinks she can pretty much get. And you see a lot of this when you see the interviews with Kevin Samuels and so on and so forth. I mean, it's like, okay, ma'am, you're pretty much crashed the wall. You are in the used car lot. Okay. You know, after a while, basically you're going into the junker. Okay. If nobody buys you, I mean, the owner will have to take the car home and put it in his driveway because he can't sell it. And it's like you try to tell these women to, basically listen to what men have to say because they don't like men, because they have a huge disdain for men. They can't listen to them. And then they listen to other women tell them not to listen to men. Don't believe anything they say. And the whole thing is basically, basically anti-men. So a lot of these single fathers or single, well, in his case, he's a single father dealing with his baby mama, which is Yasmine Lopez. From what I can see, maybe possibly this is she's black and Hispanic or Mexican, which is a lot. There's a lot of black and Mexicans in Los Angeles and in California, so that's pretty normal. But the thing is that when it comes down to it, this is what a lot of men that were raised in single mother homes, this is their mindset. And it's hard for them to unwire that. It's almost damn near impossible because they basically been around their mother their whole life. If the father was pretty much not in the home at all, they have 100% access, maybe limited to uncles and grandfathers, possibly, to basically being around women all the time and hearing them talk about men ain't shit, seeing certain examples of how men aren't the shit or are not the shit because the mother deals with men that purposely are not shit. So in essence, the son is pre-programmed to think men are, basically terrible people, even themselves being a man. So the reason why I say that is because these men, these young guys that are at the pinnacle of success, they have the look, they have the height, they have, in this case, the money, the fame. They have a lot of different things going for them, and then they pick terrible women. And the reason why they pick terrible women is because they don't listen to the advice of older men. Even an older guy will tell them and pull them to the side or quote unquote pull their coattail and be like, hey, young brother, man, you better than this, man. You can do way better. You don't know how valuable you are. And that's why I'm compelled to do this. And I'm tying it in with the Millionaire Savings Plan. Definitely, that was the commercial, basically, the first segment of this video. Definitely, this has something to do with money because that's what these chicks go after, and the money don't make them be on their best behavior, and you can see that. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you funny. Not funny. It's not so much funny. But I see women, right, that are gorgeous, are young. Saw a few this last weekend. I was with my daughters. Basically, I've seen men that were pretty much, you could say, broke or didn't have that much money at all. And were also looked like they might have been on the other side of a county jail one too many times, or even prison, I would even say. And they ain't have hardly no problems with their woman. They was watching their woman, take care of their little kid, and they ain't really the woman didn't, get put up a fuss. She was very mild mannered. She was very happy to enjoy the family time that she had and then enjoy her man's company. Shit, I don't know. I think maybe even he had two women for all I know. I just, I don't know if the woman was her sister, the other woman they were with. For all I know, they were all in the same family. I mean, but what the reason why I say this is because it's men that do have some understanding and they know how to pick, and they don't pick women terribly, because they might have not had, basically a lot of money growing up, but they had their daddy around. Even if they dad probably had a drink or two, probably even smoked something that they shouldn't have been smoking. The fact that they were around to a certain extent, they do have some level of barometer to understand, basically what women put men through and what men have to go through. And a lot of times, these men, one of the main reasons that they basically fuck up and choose terrible women is because they look at older dudes like their mother does, which is they're not that valuable. They shouldn't be listening to them. Why is this guy even talking about this anyway? You know, get off of my Johnson. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this type of stuff. And it's like, you got older guys in between, middle-aged guys, whatever, that know, that been even where you've been, but these guys are not listened to. They're pushed to the side. Oh, he's talking again. Though that comes to a head. And just like there's a website called the Delusional Calculator, it's primarily for women to realize how rare, someone actually is. Okay, that's what that's called. It's a website called the Delusional Calculator. Now I'm thinking, and somebody beat me to it. I'm fine with that, because this is just something that I was thinking about. If somebody creates a web app that basically calculates a man's value, I think that's needed, because a lot of these dudes are just clueless. They're absolutely clueless when it comes to understanding what man's their a man's value is. Basically, they just don't know. They don't have no clue, and it's like they just looking at things from the aspect of being basically a son husband that is raised by their mother, and basically being a simp, you know, being programmed to basically be a simp. And unfortunately, no one tells these guys, because after a while, they feel like they know everything. There's nothing you can tell them. And then the cycle just continues. So today, I'm just, basically pointing out how these men, they just don't know their worth. They don't know their worth. So I'm gonna play a video here again to just basically spotlight that.
Men know their worth more than we do. And like when men
they have
say
non-negotiables.
yes, like when men say they not
they
putting
do.
up, when they say they not putting up with some shit, like they mean that. Like
the
you
whole
ever
think
try to cross a
pieces.
man's boundaries?
No.
Oh, there's no such thing. You can put your tiptoe over it. It's over.
Period.
Kill me for this, but women hate for a man to know his worth. I said it, yeah. We don't like that shit. Nigga come around thinking he know his worth. Oh, he too good for this, he too good for that. A man that know his worth ain't gonna let us play with him. And I don't like that. Me personally, I don't like that.
Gentlemen, understand something. If you are a single man with no children and you are earning $75,000 or more, you are now platinum. Shout out to platinum. If you're making 6 figures or more, you are now diamond level. If you're making $55,000 to $60,000, you are gold. You are far more valuable than you have ever been. And here's the trick. You guys don't know how valuable you are. And that is
Exactly.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
Exactly. Exactamundo. Exactly. Don't know your worth. Right there. That's the main that's the main reason why I don't talk about, people know I don't talk about no gossip and all of that type of shit. I just don't do that content normally. But I'm felt compelled to do it because this is fucking embarrassing. This is embarrassing that all of the men that work so hard to make it to the NBA. You know how hard it is to make it to the NBA? It's like, what's the stat as far as how what's the percentage? What's the percentage of men that make it to the NBA? It's up there. I think it's like in the millions to one or something like that. This is how difficult it is to make it to the NBA. Out of over 500,000 prospects a year, only 110 will likely play at least one game. That's just fucking one game. It ain't talking about you making a roster, you getting a at least 10-day contract, a year contract. So if you probably out of that 110, it might only be like one that will even get a contract for at least a year or longer. It is fucking difficult. Trust me, I know more about this than the average guy that doesn't even watch sports, never played sports. I myself, at one time, basketball was my religion. I mean, I played basketball like 3 or 4 times a day, basically. I was always at the court. I had a basketball rim in my backyard. A lot of my friends, I mean, they, came over to play basketball primarily because I had a damn basketball court. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the thing is that I played damn near all throughout my like from the time I was about 10 years old all the way to high school, college. I even beat one-on-one college players that had a basically spot on a college team. I never forget, like my biggest moment that I was just like, damn, blew my head up. I basically I shot a 3 over. It was a player called Corey Bradford. They used to play for the University of Illinois. Now, Corey Bradford had the record for the most consecutive threes in a game. And when I shot a 3 over him in a scrimmage, I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I shot a 3 over Corey Bradford. God dog. But then he came down court because I was so mesmerized by the moment. He came down court and just slam dunked it because I wasn't on defense. So man, but the thing is that man, it's the story Hoop Dreams, man. I mean, oh man, Hoop Dreams is like that was like, man, the Chicago documentary, man. That documentary, like Hoop Dreams. Oh man. Man, that documentary was like basically that was everybody was talking about that in Chicago. This was during the crack era. Like they filmed it during the crack era. And basically these guys were dealing with poverty, and they were documenting their grammar school basketball career all the way to their high school career. And these guys were very talented, but they didn't even make it to the NBA. Not one of them made it to the NBA. Both of them made it as high as college basketball, and that was it. And they had to fight for their life for that. Let's play this shit. Because you young guys, y'all just don't know. Because y'all, just different. It's a different era.
I notice a difference when I take Alpha Brain. I am on another plane.
Our lights were cut off, our gas were cut off, and we were sitting in the dark.
You look around your house, you see your food getting low.
But you see why half of them become gang bangers, and because it's nothing constructed in the neighborhood for them.
Because people used to come up to me, your father drug out of your father on drugs and stuff. I just be like, yeah, okay.
Do you all wonder sometimes how am I living? Or how do my children survive? Or how they living?
Marshall got here because of one reason, Arthur A.G. Look at this man. He just explodes, Dan.
I may have seen the next Isaiah Thomas. William Gates.
Put it in your memory bank.
Put it in your memory bank.
William Gates.
I just never been around a lot of white people, and it was different because at a black school, I could associate with the people that was, they talk the way I talk.
Your ACT came in, William, and you received a 14 for a composite, which is not high enough.
It's already become a meat market, but I try to do my job, and serve professional meat.
Have you taken the ACT? When are you planning to take it?
Everything was just going great. Now this.
This is 18th birthday. He lived, and to get to see 18, that's good.
So there you have it. That's like a trailer. It's like a trailer or whatever for the documentary Hoop Dreams. I mean, it's available on YouTube. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Basically, it's on YouTube, so you can check it out. It's called Hoop Dreams. That documentary, they paid both of those families, Arthur Agee, I forgot the other guy. They were both on the west side in west side of Chicago, and they paid them like 20 grand or something, or $2,000, something like that. That documentary made over $200 million. That was like one of the best documentaries ever in America. Like, it's like top 25, top 50, top 100 documentaries of all time. Hoop Dreams. Now, you see, okay, it's hard as fuck to make it to the NBA. It's like literally like a lottery ticket, like winning $1 million lottery ticket. That's how difficult it is to make it to the NBA. What's going on, man? We had to have an emergency meeting. The Benz boys, we got a violator of basically his baby mama scratched up his brand new Benz. I can't have that. So had to have an emergency meeting. We had to discuss this. The topic is NBA baby mama drama, not knowing your worth. Okay, so Kevin Samuels, he's talking about it. Let me rewind this, play this again, because I had to go in the weeds a little bit. Now I'm back. Let me play this again.
Me personally, I don't like that.
Gentlemen, understand something. If you are a single man with no children and you are earning $75,000 or more, you are now platinum. Shout out to platinum. If you're making 6 figures or more, you are now diamond level. If you're making $55,000 to $60,000, you are gold. You are far more valuable than you have ever been. And here's the trick. You guys don't know how valuable you are. And that is why so many of my critics and detractors are angry at me, because I am waking men up to their true value.
Exactly. Point well made. So, that being said, we're going to play the videos. We're going to get right into it. What this entitled, selfish, egotistical brat did. And then also, just basically, like I said, I might sound like, I don't know how I sound to you. I don't know how my delivery is to you. I mean, you might base it off other videos I've done, representations. I'm improving myself, man. I'm self-improving. The thing is this, when it comes down to it, I tell you guys, basically, you need to know your worth. You need to add to it. Even a bum is worth money as far as has a value, because basically, for example, I'm gonna talk about the chick I talked to last night. I dealt with about 4 years ago. We had a good nighter, you know what I'm saying, all nighter. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that with a lot of women. So when I got, I had to try to see what was going on, see if we could reacquaint ourselves. But the thing is this. She said she got carjacked. Well, it's stuff like that. Women get targeted most of the targets are women and older people, elderly people. Those are the main targets for violent crime or even crime in general, or property crimes, let's just say. So even if like a bum, if you had a boyfriend or whatever that was around that didn't even have no job, him being around is a deterrent towards criminal activities. So the thing is this. Well, when it comes down to it, even a bum has some type of value because it's a man. He has some type of essence. He has something that he can bring. Now, when you say that, okay, a dude that's in the NBA, this guy had multi-million-dollar contracts. I already know. I don't have to look up I don't have to get into his accounting to know that. I've seen this guy before in other teams. He plays for the LA Lakers. LA pays money. Everybody knows LA pays the big bucks. He's signed on to help out LeBron and AD and all of them. He's doing like 20 a game. He's getting money. He's getting millions of dollars. When you are on that level, okay, you are on Mount Olympus. You're up there with the gods as far as men. And a lot of times men don't understand that because they were raised in a situation where they were taught to be a simp, meaning overvaluing women over themselves, pedestalizing women. Yeah, man, I definitely agree. I wouldn't do that, but I definitely, you know what I'm saying? That's where your cousins come in and your sisters and stuff, because they won't have that, they won't throw the book at them like that, like they would you. But that's another game, you know what I'm saying? That's another, free advice right there. You get that's why you get, you know what I'm saying? That's why you have female cousins and sisters and shit. Yeah, Lakers, yeah, for sure. For certain. Okay. Now, the thing is that being on Mount Olympus, if you don't know you're there, people can get you on the fucking cheap. Women, like I said, like that chick I just played in the video, they do not like when a man knows his value. Because see, this is what a lot of times I'm gonna put you guys up on it. You probably already know it, but I'm gonna remind you. This is what women do. Women absolutely know the value of men. No question. They know the value of men. They sit and talk about it with their friends. They go on girls' trips and they talk about it. They talk about stories and all of that type of stuff. They know the value of men. It's just because men's nature is to sleep with as many women as they can, and they get so horny that they can't control themselves, and they know that, and they know how to bring that out of, the smartest women know how to bring that out of men. So they basically don't really, men don't understand. Okay, if I just let this woman do this and this, I'm just basically, she's going to manipulate me. She's going to take advantage of me. And when it comes to women, they basically get a lot of men on the discount rack. They're so used to getting it that they pretty much, you got chicks that don't even look good, are mid-grade women, such as they're like 4s and 5s. And they think that they can have the world and Prince Charming with it. And it's like you got the women that absolutely look extremely gorgeous and stuff like that. They think they can have the world in all the king's men, because the social media world, the virtual, like not virtual, but the cyber world has basically blew the heads up with these women. There's so many simps. You got rich simps, right? Rich guys, NBA guys, NFL guys, celebrities blowing these women's heads up with just showering them with gifts, simping for them, overvaluing basically women, pedestalizing them. You know, so they get that from an NBA guy, and they're just a check cat. They two years ago they were working at a check casher in the hood, and then they just started to basically redo their wardrobe, put on a little makeup, get in the gym a little bit, or even some of them even go get BBLs and stuff like that. And it's men that still they like that or whatever. I'm not. I like all natural. Matter of fact, as soon as if I get a chick and if I see a chick on Instagram and I find out, I know how to spot women that got BBLs and breast implants. If I find out they do and they full of shit, meaning they don't really have no value outside of their beauty and, you know, their body and shit like that, I hit the unfollow, because it's like basically I don't like women that are not natural, and I don't like promoting that, because I don't want my daughters to fucking have get that shit, you know. That and then it's like it goes into a lot of weeds with that, but basically, yeah, like these women basically are very basic. I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna just throw it out there. You got, okay, if a guy's on an NBA roster, he's like a 6 man or whatever, which it looks like this guy is, got a contract that's like 50 million or something like that. You get with the fucking princess of fucking Wales, you motherfucker. Like, you dumb fuck. Like, you get the fucking a fucking goddamn it. She ain't the fucking princess. She's the heiress to fucking Cisco or some shit. You don't get no regular broad. If you gonna put up with some shit, at least get something out of it. At least get like somebody that, okay, damn, well, she scratched my bins up, but shit, I could call her daddy and just get a G-Wagon the next day. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like she scratched my bins up, but you know, I still got my $200 million that her daddy gave me on a wed day in a account in the Cayman Islands. Like, I mean, you putting up with check cashers, former check cashers in the fucking they used to work in Watts, near Watts or some shit in LA, that look good. It don't matter if a bitch look good. Like, if she look good and she has a terrible attitude, that negates her beauty. That literally, like, okay, dudes literally be like, man, I'll put up with a bitch if she look good. Because dudes are so thirsty. The internet has warped men's minds as well. They made a false illusion that there's a shortage of women, because they only see so many women online. A lot of women are not even online like that. They're just living their lives. They're fucking living with their mom in a bedroom somewhere. They're, you know, working, coming home, working in a corporate office. They got their little friends and they just hide away in some fucking little cul-de-sac, living with their mother or living with their sister. Like, they don't even be on there like that. Or they come in. Like, I got people that I know personally, they go on the internet, like, they might post like every few months or some shit like that. If you literally glued to the internet and glued to the fucking apps and shit, like I said before, you're already lost. You're a lost cause because you're gonna let the internet dictate your life. I'm trying to tell you, from a person that works with computers, works in the fucking technology world. If this world is for like nerds and shit, is warping this world. If you're following this, then you're already at a loss. The world is outside. That's where the world is. Not on the internet, not on Instagram, not on Facebook, not on TikTok. That's an illusion. That's people don't even, so a lot of times people don't even act like that off of the internet. They come on the internet and they have a persona, they have an agenda, they have some type of narrative. They get offline, they're a totally different person. You know, it's like CB4 or some shit. So, I mean, I'm trying to, the thing is this, right? Again, this is just an example. That's all. I'm pushing my book, The Millionaire Savings Plan. Know your worth. Make the money and know your value. Know your worth. Okay. This is why I'm doing this. And it just really, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw that Benz, I saw it as a person that have had 4 Benzes and regrets the last Benz that I had. When I saw that shit scratched up, and basically, this guy pretty much looks like a typical nice guy, made it to the NBA probably about 6'7", 6'9" or something, getting taken advantage of by women. You got to understand, right? Let me put you up on game from a guy that, basically I had older sisters. Women, they've been with harder dudes than you. That's something you got to deal with. What I mean by, and let me put my thing, they've been with harder dudes than you. Okay. So they basically know, they look at you being nice as you're a pushover. Even they'll still get with you.
Pause.
They'll still get with you, but they look at you like a pushover because they done been around niggas that's killers. Niggas that killed multiple people, niggas that spray up houses, spray up cars, that shoot, they probably even been around a dude that shot a nigga and they was in the car. And if they haven't been, they've been around dudes that been around other dudes that shot up motherfuckers. They've been around some of these women, and a lot of them been around dudes that basically are ruffians, biker dudes, gangbangers, hustlers, dope dealers that done, they didn't seen it or been around the dudes that killed men for money or for, territorial beefs. So when they see you, this is why I don't, when I find out women like that, I deal with them accordingly because I know these types of women and their mindset. They put all of their men in a box. It's like, I've been with this tough motherfucker. And then when they get with you, they looking at you like you're a fucking pushover. Even you're not a pushover. They've been with dudes that, for example, I'll say this. I've been with a woman that she got thrown in a fucking glass. She got thrown in a goddamn mirror. Because a lot of these women, they want to talk what they want to say, what they want to say. They want to do what they want to do. And then they want to hit men. Certain women that like to hit men. She is one of those women from what I see. She's this woman, Teresa, whatever. She got into it with one of his, exes or something like that. They got into it. She's one of the chicks off of the baddies, whatever that is, that I won't probably most likely ever watch. They're basically a show based off of women that quote unquote like to fight other women. Okay, how attractive is that to me? How masculine is that? Like, okay, but anyway, we're gonna get to all of that. But the thing is this: these women been around some of the hardest dudes that walk the face of the earth. So a lot of them get locked up. They like that shit because it's an exciting factor to them. It makes them just something to it. So much information in my head, but I don't remember the name of that particular type. It's a name for women that like men like that. But the thing is this: when they see you being a nice, upstanding citizen, you keep your house organized, you have a good car, you got money, they look at you like you're a fucking victim. That's all they see is somebody I can fucking manipulate, someone I can take advantage of.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
That's how they look at you. You looking at them, you they got the baddie outfit on, you see them at the club, they looking good, but they got attitude, and you think that's sexy. Oh, I got an IG baddie now, yeah. And it's like, yeah, the word is baddie. She's bad. She's bad in every sense of the word. She's subprime. Yes. Subprime. Yeah, I know. Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. She's subprime. I don't get the looks and everything. You think I don't see women that look good every day? I see them, but I know they're subprime, and I'm not on them like that. I'm not trying to talk to them because I know at the end of the day, even the subprime women, they don't look at you like, okay, I want to talk to you, or I'll give you the chance today. They still think that they can have the world, and they can, because there's so many simps. It's so many simps to go around. We're in a simp nation, simp economy, and they just showered by simps. They got niggas, yeah, like them Earn Your Leisure guys that, basically got my information or whatever. It got to them in some form or fashion with my video, The Simp Economy. Basically, yeah, they getting cash apps. They waking up in the morning, they looking at their phone. They got a fucking $100 cash app. They ain't have to go live. They ain't have to do no video, nothing. They just had a Twitter account. And then they did a couple twerk videos a year ago. And they saw a like, and then they got a DM, and the dude talking about, I sent you a cash app this morning. Enjoy your breakfast. And it's like, yeah, this is the world that they live in. Now, the thing is when it comes to you, you don't have that value. And again, women love men that don't know their fucking value. Trust me, I'm a victim of that shit. I'm not speaking from an aspect of, I'm on the outside looking in or some shit like that.
You're a victim.
Here we go, CSI.
And that's why, pretty much I got this map right here. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the women don't like the fucking fact that men are fucking have an out now. And they secretly and quiet as fuck about that shit. They hate that shit. Trust me, they hate that shit with a passion, because basically it's competition now. Now it's like, okay, I can't act like that hardly no more. I'm hitting my head up against the wall now, because basically the dudes is leaving, and it's like, we can leave with them, but then they bring in that attitude to another country. They trying to bring all of that, feminist, I get away with murder, I get away with everything attitude to another country that doesn't even have no stock market, don't have no money, infrastructure or capital infrastructure anywhere near like the United States. And they're fucked, because it's not going to work in another country like that. And the men don't have the laws like America. Their men are used to basically putting their women in check, physically in check, and it's like in this country, yeah, obviously that doesn't work like that, because the English are pretty much simps. Yeah, I said it. The English are simps. The biggest simps in Europe. So they brought that shit to America, and it's in the court system. So basically, yeah. So this is where we at. This dude basically, is basically getting into it with his baby mama, and it's a lot of stuff to unpack here. Now, here's the thing: when I say the English are simps, to a certain on the outer surface, they are, but really, this is what the English does, right? Or this is how this court system works. They let everything play out. And then when the woman gets in a courtroom, depending on the judge, then they try to exercise power. They try that the patriarchy that women, all the feminists talk about, it's in the court systems. So when they get in the court system, if the judge is somewhat fair and balanced, then they exercise they do corrective judgments and jail time and stuff like that, but not even really. A lot of times these women, they know they get a slap on the wrist. So anyway, basically I'm gonna play this video here, play a couple videos to kind of put in context. It's just interesting to me. It's very interesting. Definitely, I ain't gonna lie, I agree with Alonzo. The bins getting scratched up was a triggering moment for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very, very triggering. So I'm gonna play this video here. This is exactly kind of what happened as far as he gotten into it with his baby mama. So he's jumping over a fence because he's basically triggered. He's emotional. He's basically he's basically, in the words of Platinum Elite, bitch broke. He's really he's leaned into a bitch. Even being a multi-million-dollar NBA star, he's worried about his kid, that's not how you do that. This is how you do it, young simps. You get a lawyer, you're a fucking millionaire. You call a lawyer and you have an emergency meeting with a lawyer. And you go file an emergency motion to the courts, basically, and get served notice. They could probably file a motion or file a case, emergency child support or custody hearing within like probably a day or two, depending on the court systems, or at least a week. You'd have to contact a fucking attorney, a practicing attorney to confirm. But you can get an emergency custody hearing, and you go get the fucking emergency hearing, and you go to court, and you state your case, or you have your lawyer state your case. That's how you do it. You don't hop no fucking fence because your fucking baby mama is manipulating your ass and have you wound up like a yo-yo. See, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something from a man that had to learn the hard way, dealing with manipulative women. Women can get you wound up like a yo-yo. And once you're wound up, they just spinning it. They just dropping that shit, spinning your ass. They got you like a fucking yo-yo. They spinning you up and down, up and down. Yeah, and you fall for it because you don't know better. And then you don't listen to older dudes because you're a son husband that was taught to be a simp and hate older men, preferably black men if you're black, for sure. So yeah, this dude, multimillionaire, jumping a fucking fence, and he ain't running for his life. And she knows she knows like she got this dude like a yo-yo. She knew he was gonna possibly come over. She got the camera ready and shit. She's just not even a fucking Ring doorbell camera or a CCTV camera. This her fucking cell phone camera or somebody else, a neighbor or something, was most likely hers. I bet it's hers. She was waiting for this dude to come because she got this nigga wound up. You know, she owned this motherfucker. She's all in his head playing basketball and shit. You know what? I just caught something. That wasn't dude. That was his baby mama jumping over a fence. She was jumping over the fucking fence.
Hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. Hell no, no, to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, 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 no. Hell to the no, no, to the no, no, no.
This one.
What?
She was jumping over the fence. And then she scratched up his Mercedes Benz. I don't know what type of Mercedes. I mean, shit. Well, it could have been a fucking a Daewoo for all I know. I mean, you don't scratch up somebody else's property. That's not yours. So yeah, she scratched up his Benz, jumped over the fence. They say the police arrested her. She found that after finding his license plate in her car doing a search. So that arrest video probably will come out, or it might be already out. I think I don't know when this happened. But yeah, that is what she jumped over the fucking fence. So this chick was just going crazy. She was on a tirade. So she also beat up his girlfriend and punched her in the eye, and she had to have stitches. So she was on a rampage. And this is what they think. They like, even if you break up with them, they believe they control you. They believe that they can control you from afar. They can control your life. You know what I'm saying? They can control like who you get to sleep with. They try to manipulate they use their children for pawns to try to manipulate your behavior, using your children, not being able to see your children as bait. And this is like, this is why you basically have guard dogs. You have guard dogs. You have one bull mastiff, or one pit bull, two pit bulls, and then you won't have nobody coming over your house like that, including your baby mama. No, you won't. You just won't. You have a German Shepherd, just one German Shepherd. No, you won't have any problems like that. You don't need you already you got weapons, but you don't even need to pull out your weapon. Your German Shepherd is already there. And then they won't even, the behavior totally changes, because basically they would have to come with a gun, and then that's not saying these women are crazy, so they think things out, so they base their actions and decisions based off of what they can possibly get away with. So they'll probably come with a gun if they did, but it doesn't matter. Whatever Fido, he's not scared of guns. So I mean, what if Fido got to get sacrificed? So be it. But the thing is this: you have a guard dog. People don't just come to your house when you have a guard dog like that, because it's a lot of reasons. But your girlfriend. This is why women that have that go into they don't want to go into relationships with even dudes that have a crazy baby mama. They don't want to deal with no dudes that got children and all that. This is one of the reasons why you can't blame them, because basically this chick pummeled this woman that had no chance in hell to deal with this woman, basically pummeling her. She's a fucking well-trained fighting machine, and she had no chance in hell. And then her basically boyfriend is a simp, so he's not even gonna step in. He's manipulative. I mean, she manipulates him, basically. So he's not gonna step in. And then her eye looks like pretty much she had to have stitches. So it's you got moments where women go crazy. Just they're not aware of certain things. It happens. What do? You basically got to deal with it, man. And if you got the money, which this man had the money. A lot of times, a lot of men don't have the money or help. You file an emergency motion for custody. That's what you do. And I ain't even got to be a lawyer to tell you that. That's how you deal with that. You don't go to their house, and you don't let them come to your house. You don't. A lot of time, okay, your garage door open. They know your habits. They know your weaknesses. Again, These women, they used to dealing with men that's way more hardcore than you. So they know how to deal with men like you. You know what I'm saying? They know exactly how to deal with men like you because they've dealt with worse and has survived it. And after they survived it, they get their hood stripes. They get their, you know, basically thuggo stripes, where they dealt with thuggo. So you're Mr. Softy compared to thuggo, and you know, basically you don't think about it like that. You don't think about, oh, this chick basically dealt with the old Hoover Crips, the West Side Crips, you know, and she had a, you know, Pyru boyfriend too. She done dealt with the Crips and the Bloods. And by the time she got with you, you're just some dude that, you know, played basketball since he was 5 years old and made it to the NBA and, you know, basically played a lot of video games and hung out with the fellas. And your mom had your meal hot for you at dinner time. And occasionally you guys went out on the weekend to go to IHOP and Chili's as a son husband date. And you don't know any better. And you don't listen to old guys. Oh, these broke old guys don't know anything. A lot of you guys, you need to talk to somebody. You need to basically reach out to some guys and get some consultations. You need to you know, reach out. I'm sure there's guys that are, you know, more into celebrity consultations and stuff like that. They you know, good at mediation. I mean, basically, dudes going the NBA. I mean, the Lakers basically at this point they have PR firms. This is a PR nightmare. Okay, the playoffs are going to be starting in the next couple months. You know, basically, I haven't been even watching the NBA. I don't know where the LA Lakers are and as far as the playoffs or anything like that. But a lot of times when you're off the court, you know, problems are worse than your on court performances. If you can't handle off court, a lot of times people lose their NBA career not for on court performances. It's because of their off court life, you know, or dumpster fire of a life is why they lose their NBA contracts. And we all know how hard it is to make it to the NBA. And then basically allowing your basically lack of understanding of women and to basically have you lose your NBA career. Lose your one-shot opportunity a lot of times because a lot of these guys, that's all they really know. They don't really know anything else. And then they, you know, the statistics on NBA players, NFL players that basically go broke after playing sports is very, very high. Because to make that amount of money is very difficult outside of basketball, outside of the NBA, NFL, baseball, MLBPA. Very difficult. You're working for a franchise that's a company that, you know, has billions of dollars in their budget. You stop playing, you don't have no business. Your business is not creating any revenue. Those checks dry up, then you dry up. It's real simple mathematics. Real simple. So, you know, we're gonna play a few more videos. You saw the eye busted. You know, basically, another thing. Let's see here. see what else we got here. So this is him basically going to the house of his baby mama. And she's saying some kind words to him that's very pleasing.
Why are you on the side of her house? Why are you on the side of her house? Your kid is not here. Your kid is not here. He got a shovel. You got a shovel for what? Hit me with a ass nigga. Police ass, snitch ass nigga. Shut up, bitch. Your son's not here. He's gone. I already told you. He's out of town. Hope you never see your baby again.
So I mean, he's going. You know that shit right there. You could play in court. You know, the judge hears that. You know, lawyer plays that. She has to basically say why she said that, and that's very damaging. Okay, you know, basically that is not, you know, looked at very kindly in a court system or you know, basically a courtroom. You know, I hope you never get your son back. He's out of town. He's not here. So this is what they do on that type of level. Definitely, they do this on the level when you don't even have any money. You could be flat. You could be flat broke, and they'll still do this, you know, behavior where they try to basically keep you away from your children. So on this level, it gets really intense. You know, it's like basically what she's saying is she's using her son as you know, basically she kidnapped him and she's holding him for ransom. You know, he can't see his children. This is what they do. They don't disclose this. They don't put this on their IG. They don't show you this side of what they do, the behaviors that they do. They don't show you this.
Why are you on the side of her house? Why are you on the side of her house? Your kid is not here. Your kid is not here. He got a shovel.
And then this is so dumb. Like basically, I thought that he was recording her. She's recording him. And then he's starting to record. And again, okay, he's a multi-million-dollar NBA player that's holding a shovel inside his baby mama's garage because he wants to see his son. I get you, the passion, the emotion, you wanting to see your kid. I definitely empathize. But again, this is not how you handle that. You know, you have to go basically to file an emergency custody hearing. That's what you have to do. Now, I do know some people that they handle certain things like this. But even if you wanted, if you wanted to do it caveman style, let's just say caveman style. This ain't how you do it caveman style. You know, definitely not. You know, you can, you know what I'm saying, you could do it better than this, even if you was gonna be on some caveman shit. So yeah, this is I don't know why she would even she's obviously insane. You know, this woman is crazy as fuck. Because she's basically incriminating herself.
You got a shovel for what? Hit me with a ass nigga. Police ass, snitch ass nigga. Shut up, bitch. Your son's not here. He's gone. I already told you. He's out of...
Okay, you know, I'm just interpreting these things. The reason why she said police snitch ass nigga, because here's the thing. Chicks like this is who they deal with. We talking about dual mating strategies. We talk a lot about that. See, people trying to jockey in. They're trying to fit into what is called the manosphere. So what they're trying to say is they're trying to say red pill is dead and black pill and all of this shit. It ain't never dead. Because basically all of these things are still at play. All of these you know, simps still need help. These simps still out here. You know, people still got simp chips that are still retroactive, that they're still hot in the terms of the electricity. You know, this chick basically she moves from the 85 world and she moves in with the 100 octane world, and she's got a 100 octane man basically. But her world is really 85. She deals with hood dudes, you know, hustlers, gangsters. So that language, people like that say that basically you're dealing with the police because that they're outlaws. She deals with outlaw men and she's an outlaw woman, you know, basically in short. And you know, that's basically what she's saying. You know, a lot of people don't really know how to interpret things, but she doesn't want the cops being involved because her world is dealing with, I'm pretty certain she already knows somebody she can call to set this dude up if she wanted to do that. You know what I'm saying? She definitely in California. She's got dudes probably lined up because see the reason why this is the reason why I don't deal with chicks like this, right? Primarily. And other dudes do, and I'll be like, okay, cool, you can keep these types of women, you can have them, enjoy them. They don't want to, a lot of times this is the reason why they dibble and dabble. They want to get the hood dude and get basically split fired, if you know what that means. Guy in the front, guy in the back, do all kinds of things with these guys, have sex with the weed man and have some pretty good dank weed for free. And they do this, and then they get with you, the good guy simp, and then you're giving them the world when they were messing with the weed man that had some dank weed and gave it to them, you know, for free. And that's all that was required. And then you were giving them cars and purses and everything like that. And you're not understanding, you're dealing with a 85 octane hood ratchet chick that looks good, or 87 at best. And you're basically offering and giving her the world, and she still doesn't respect you because she, you know, basically likes being treated like a hood slut. That gets her off. She doesn't respect your money that you offer her and everything like that, because she's basically manipulating you. She gets off of manipulating you, playing you like a yo-yo. She's good at doing it. She's done it before. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know none the wiser. So let me get off of this. I'm going in today because basically you need to know your worth. Okay, these individuals are an example of not knowing your worth. So this is how she is when she plays. See, women are very good actresses as well. They're very good at being actresses. They put on a show, and they know how to turn their crazy off and on and off and on. They know how to do it very well. This is her at work.
I'm sorry, back. What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Yasmine Lopez, and today I'm at my friend Nicole Lionel's. What is this, her showroom? She's the most talented, beautiful person inside and out, and I'm actually about to be working with her on a few projects. I'm super excited. She has lots of projects with Nordstrom. You know, I know we shop at Nordstrom. And she's just dope. Her clothes, her energy, her life. I love it. So, we're gonna knock. Hey girl! How are you? Oh my God, I'm so excited today.
See, you might be like, damn, that looks so good. Oh, she look. It does. She looks good. She about a California, probably between a 6 and a 7, I'll say. You know, if that's a real, what I'm saying, real body parts, cool. Now, here's the deal though. I'm not impressed by chicks that look good and all of that. Obviously, what is my channel called? The Broke Genius. What do? I write books. I talk about finances. I work with technology. I work with computers. I build computers. I fix computers. So when I go try to meet a chick, I'm not mesmerized by all of that. That's not my 100% go-to. Like that, I'm just be like, oh yeah, I'm just mesmerized by cute bitches. My whole goddamn family is full of beautiful women. I've been around beautiful women my whole life. That doesn't necessarily 100% make me or break me. So the thing is that I like women that are intelligent as well as look good. So, a lot of times I ask questions, and a lot of times I'm gonna be honest with you. You need to have these bras hang the phone up on you and not want to talk to you and be like, I don't want to talk about that type of stuff. Because the thing is these women don't want to talk about things like that because their world is a lot different. Food, fashion, and fucking. You know what I'm saying? So when you talk about like math equations and software platforms and talk about interior design, architectural, talk about Frank Lloyd Wright and shit like that, bitches get their heads start to have a headache. And they're like, I don't want to talk about that. You're making my head hurt. Like, I like doing shit like that because I like weeding these broads out. Because the broads that really give you a lot of problems are the women that are just basically just kind of they're just really low level women that just look good, and they give men problems because the women that basically give a lot of men problems are basic chicks that put up all of these attitudes and stuff like that. And I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of these women they don't really like dealing with men that are educated, are corporate types and stuff like that, because we will call them dumb as fuck. Because after a while, and then they feel intimidated, they want to cry and shit because they know they are, and then the only thing they really concerned about is food, basically fashion and fucking. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at the end of the day, their go-to is basically manipulation, looking for victims. This dude is obviously a victim. Basically, I just knocked something over. I gotta get a bigger desk. But basically, this dude basically is dealing with baby mama drama. She's giving it to him. These dudes, this happens every year. Baby mama goes crazy and doesn't care about the dude's NBA career, doesn't care about none of that. He's moved on. She's bitter about that. And she goes and attacks the girlfriend and him. The reason why she does that is because she has simp enforcers on the ready. These chicks are not just regular chicks, like in a sense of they have dudes that they've had sex with before. It's kind of like James Bond. If you ever watched the movie James Bond, the chick that James Bond gets with, right? They always have some goons lined up. They have a whole goddamn army of men that's basically trying to take over the world and shit. It's like these chicks run like that. Like they They got a whole bunch of goons. They got a family of goons that they could call, a family of simp enforcers. And that's why they act. That's another reason they act like that, because they know if it all goes to hell, they got somebody else that they can call to intimidate you. They got some men that can intimidate you. I talk a lot about how, in LA they extort a lot of people and stuff like that. This is the type of woman they call her to go, if they got a target, to go set up a dude. You know what I'm saying? Like they do shit like that. It's deeper than Nino Brown. Definitely deeper than Nino Brown.
Did you drink your water today?
I did drink my water.
I
drink water
You
before
drink
coffee every day. You know what time I be up. Me and NL do this at 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta get used to this because I'm about to be here every day.
We're used to this early.
Every other day. It's early. It's giving early, but it's giving alarm clock. But it's okay. It's cool.
It's giving early bird gets the worm.
Yeah. When you wake up, you're supposed to drink a glass of water. Like it just kind of refreshes you, wakes you up.
You're supposed to get a glass of water and manipulate and cuss your baby daddy out and harass him and key his car up and jump the gate. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Or just get in the shower and splash your face.
With a dash of lime if you're really about that.
What?
With a dash of lime.
Girl, it's too early for that.
Lime and
it's
water,
too early. That's giving lunch. Lime and cucumber, that's like brunch after my workout.
No, that's detox your body.
I like how you do makeup though.
Thank you.
I like my makeup very natural. I don't like my makeup crazy and like, what's the word?
Heavy.
Yeah,
you're pretty. You don't really.
I like it. I like when it's just like a little bit, a little glitter to my gloss, But yeah. So we about to get started. Okay, this is a funny question. What show do you watch P-Valley?
Not this season.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, I'm not gonna play that whole fucking video. I can't seem to do that. The thing is this. Okay, the end of the day, you gotta know your worth, man. I'm gonna try to get back in the art. I'm gonna try to get back in the lab. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna whip up some code or something like that. I'm gonna make an app, the Know Your Worth app. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like dudes don't know their fucking worth, man. I mean, I don't know what to say. They don't know they don't know their fucking worth. And then I ain't gonna lie, dudes can know their worth. They still gonna do some stupid shit. Gonna do some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave you with some positivity. One of the things I'll say is that I do talk about everything. I talk about dark stuff. I talk about negativity. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna try to also leave you with some positivity, you know what I'm saying? Along with the negativity, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to be more forthright in doing that. So this young brother right here, he's got a message for you. Let me cue this up here. Definitely got a message for you here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of positivity. So let me go here. Shoot.
don't take the hoe back after she finish hoeing. That niggas gotta let the hoes be hoes, man. If that girl wanna go be a hoe, you let her go be a hoe. Just don't take the hoe back after she finish hoeing. But if she wanna be a hoe, let her go be what she wanna be, man. Always gonna be hoes. Let that girl go hoe in peace, man.
There you go.
That niggas gotta let the hoes be hoes.
So there you go, man. Let them go, man. Let them be. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trying to change them and trying to, you know what I'm saying, modify their behavior. You know what I'm saying? You could give them some kind words and then let them go, man. You know what I'm saying? Let them be, you know, who they want to be. You know what I'm saying?